God promises us a lot of things in the Bible, but I just kind of wanted to talk to you guys today about God keeping his promises. A lot of the time when somebody tells you, hey, I'm going to show up for something, and they end up not showing up for whatever they promised to show up for, we start to lose trust in that person because they promised that they would be there, but they never showed up. Here's the thing, God is completely different. God keeps every single one of his promises. If God promises you it, he will keep his promise. He will do what he said. And I kind of wanted to show you guys an example here in Luke chapter 8, starting in verse 22. One day he got into a boat with his disciples, meaning Jesus, and he said to them, "Let us go across to the other side of the lake." So they set out, and they sailed, and he fell asleep. And a windstorm came down on the lake, and they were filling with water and were in danger. And they went and woke him, saying, "Master, Master, we are perishing." And he awoke, and rebuked the wind and the raging waves, and they ceased. And there was a calm. He said to them, "Where is your faith?" And they were afraid, and they were marveled, saying to one another, "Who then is this, that he commands even the winds and the waters, and they obey him?" What we're seeing here in this story is Jesus is getting into a boat with his disciples and said they were going to make it to the other side of the lake. As they are on this lake, a storm comes through, right? And his disciples get afraid, and they're like, "Jesus, like, it's filling with water, like, we're going to die." But here's the thing, Jesus rebukes the wind and the waves. And what's so cool about this story is that Jesus said they were going to go to the other side of the lake. So Jesus already made that promise that they were going to be to the other side of the lake. But his disciples did not have faith in him that they would be to the other side because of that storm. And so that's kind of an example of where God keeps his promises. Jesus promised to be on the other side of the lake. Jesus kept that promise. And so I think a lot of the time what we do is we will make a promise to somebody else, or they'll make a promise to us. We'll either break that promise or they'll break that promise, and we lose trust in that person, or we get trust lost out of us. But here's the thing, God never breaks his promises. God always keeps his promises. And that's super comforting, because knowing that if God makes you a promise, he will fulfill that promise, which is so beyond comforting and so very cool. So that's just kind of my encouragement today, is to trust in God, because he will never break his promises. He will do what he says he will do.